coming to fruition?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, seeing all the posters all over the MGM casino and just all the media, and yeah, it's finally hit me a little bit harder, you know?
How do you train for this event?
How do I what?
How do you train for this event? It's difficult, you train, your Catman?
No, my training's been the same. I mean, I train as hard as I possibly can for every fight. 3-round fight, 5-round fight. I'm going in 100% trained every time, you know? I could have won 5 rounds in any of my fights that I've had already, so I mean, I've kind of stuck to the same training I've already been doing.
What can you tell to all your fans that will be here with you in this event?
Just prepare for a war, you know, and that we'll be a new champion of the world.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
DJ, when you look at his record and having not lost in 2 straight fights or whatever it is, I mean, are you amazed by that? What do you think of that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially because I've only been in the sport for 4 years, you know, and I had a couple blemishes, but yeah, for him to do it for as long as he's done it, I mean, that's a great feat, you know. But like I said, I mean, every great champion is able to lose, you know. Every good story comes to an end. I've seen a lot of great champions lose, and I really believe it's his time. I think I'm the athlete that can do it.
How hard, though, is it to do what he's done? I mean, just because, I mean, there's so many things that go into just not even to do with fight night itself, but even just the training and everything leading up to it that can go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you said it yourself. It's definitely a tough thing to do. I mean, he's done a great job of doing it.
When you were, you know, maybe like a year ago, where you were in your development, would you have thought that you would be ready for this, you know, 1 year later?
You know, I wasn't sure. I didn't really know how everything was going to pan out. I didn't really think about it. I was on kind of like on a just one fight at a time thing, you know. I wasn't overthinking it. I didn't want to think about getting a title shot. I knew after my last couple fights, so if I kept performing the way I was going to, that it'd be in the near future. I didn't know how soon, and obviously not as fast as it came.
So even a couple months ago, after you had your last fight and you won, I mean, did you feel like I'm getting close now? Or?
Oh yeah, I mean, I knew I was close. I felt I was deserving of it. You know, I felt I won my Sin-South fight, and I should be the next one in line anyways. But I figured it would take a little bit longer because of the fact of that blemish on that, and you know, things worked out the way they were supposed to for me, and I got the shot.
We've seen a lot of video for you training in very unorthodox places on the plane and on the baggage carousel and things.
Yeah.
You just having fun with it, or is that normally what you do during fight week?
No. Just having some fun, you know, relaxing with the team. We always kind of like to joke around and have as much fun as possible on a fight trip because getting your mind off the fight's important. You know, being able to relax and enjoy yourself and you know, enjoy your job just like with everybody else.
What's your take on the odds right now? I mean, the odds I think are 8-1 as far as Barral being the favorite. What do you feel about that, and how underestimated do you feel?
I definitely feel underestimated, but I mean that's what I expected. You know, I'm new to the sport, and he's a great champion, and I've never seen a challenger go into a championship fight being the favorite. So I expected to be the underdog. You know, it's expected.
Did you bet on yourself?
You've used the phrase "great champion" a couple times. What do you think makes Hennen a great champion?
Just his win streak, man. I mean, the way he finishes fights and how aggressive he is. He doesn't dance around and outpoint you. He's gonna come at you and try to finish you. And I think it makes him a great champion.
You also mentioned the experience, being that he has a 33-fight unbeaten streak. You've been training for 4 years. Being that you had the lack of experience compared to him, where do you see your edge coming from?
My athleticism. I feel like I'm a little more athletic than he is. I can put everything put everything together just as well as he can. My wrestling's stronger. Just being able to be a better athlete that night. You know, I'm gonna be a little bit faster than him. Continue the pace. I feel like he cuts too much weight. He's gonna get too tired. I just got to you know, just believe in myself and go out there and do it.
Uriah actually spoke to him yesterday. Uriah had told me that you feel you have the confidence to beat both Barral and even Dominic Cruz. Basically, I guess you've had this kind of confidence since the beginning. Is that what's motivated you, what's driven you, is to see these other champions and idols and think that you can take them down?
Absolutely. I mean, I think I learned that through just competing my whole life in wrestling, is that the utmost belief in yourself, which gives you confidence, you know. And if you don't go into a fight or a match or any kind of competition confident, then there's no point in being there. You know, you're not going to get that victory.
Thank you.
No problem.
You've seen a lot of your teammates go through title fights. And what have you learned from them? What kind of advice have those guys given you about just the moment of competing for the title and what it takes?
I kind of just learned through their experiences, not so much what they've told me, just the fact of you know, being there for their camps. I've been for all their camps and went through all their title shots, and just kind of learning as they go. You know, learning what not to do and what to do, and they lead by a great example.
Can you be a little more specific about what exactly?
I mean, I can't really tell you, man. Can't put my finger on it. It's just the way I've molded my career in general. It's not like there's any specific decisions I've made. It's just that I kind of the copycat method of what to do.
And Ben Ludwig has obviously been a part of the team for a year. He's about to depart. This is his last fight, right?
Yeah.
What has his assistance meant to you, and how will that affect you, after this fight?
Dude, he's been nothing but great. I mean, obviously came in and structured our room tremendously. We had a great camp before we even got there, and he just kind of structured it. And he's a technical wizard, man. He's OCD about his job. He works as hard at his job as I do mine. So there's no way you're not going to get better when you have a guy that cares that much. And after he leaves, it's going to be the same for me because I'm going to continue to work with Dwayne. Obviously, it's going to suck not having him there every single day for all the fights. But I'm going to fly out, cross train with him in Colorado, fly him out for my fight camps, and we'll continue to work. I plan on getting my black belt under him, so we'll continue to work.
To what degree do you feel like you're kind of carrying your flag for your gym in this fight, considering that you guys, both camps here have a bit of a history?
Yeah. I haven't really thought too much about it. I mean,
Okay.
Ultimately, it's an individual sport. Obviously, we train as a team and we care for each other like a family. But ultimately, it's about myself.
Sure.
I mean, for a financial standpoint, and just the goals I set for myself. This is what it's all about. And obviously, I'd like to win it for my team and for my coach, but it all comes down to doing it for myself.